Hello, and welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. Today's video is really more, if anything, about how to play Altergeist, learning the deck, all that type of stuff. Now, deck profiles for my Altergeist videos are really popular, people seem to enjoy them, and people seem to want to know more. Just yesterday I had some questions about the deck, and I want to really just break that down. Also, I am doing Twitch now, and I will include my streaming schedule and also like all my information for it in the comments and in the description below. That way you can find it pretty easily and you can join me for live streams. Also, once again, we're almost at 100 subs on this channel and we want to hit that mark so I can reach more people, help out more people with Yu-Gi-Oh! And improve the quality of the game. And also, I really want to help out pretty much all my viewers, really teach them decks, teach them deck profiles, all of that type of stuff. So please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please leave a comment below. Please like this video. I think liking and commenting, as well as subscribing, are all very important things for this channel. And I will love to hear what you guys think of what I have to say. So, yesterday, a player was asking me about how to get into Altergeist and how to learn it. And Altergeist takes a lot of time to learn, but I'm going to give you guys some really easy, simple tips to make the process go faster and make it more easily learnable. Now, first off, the thing about Altergeist that you need to know is that it's technically a stun deck, but I think it's more like playing a combo deck. Now, there are plenty of combos out there, and I'm going to teach you guys a couple of very simple combos that will help you out with this deck. First off, one of the best combos, in my opinion, is the Haunted Rock combo. Now, I haven't talked about this combo yet, but it's very important. So, the optimal way to play this combo is having Haunted Rock plus Multi-Faker, and then on top of that, you just need one copy of Marionetteer. Now, all you need in your hand to start this combo is just these two cards. This is all you need. This card you want to grab off of Marionetteer. So first off, you're going to normal summon Marionetteer, use its effect. So you're going to go ahead and grab Haunted Rock. Now, Haunted Rock can be activated the same turn set off of an Altergeist card, and the only cost for activating this card at any time is discarding one Altergeist. So you're going to set it face down, then you're going to activate it. You're going to discard Multi-Faker to the graveyard. Then you're going to use Marionetteer effect to send Haunted Rock and reborn Multi-Faker. Then Multi-Faker's effect will trigger, summoning out Meliseek. Now here's another really important part about this combo. You have to have Marionetteer under a zone that a link monster can point to, because next you're going to link off both Meliseek and Multi-Faker into, give me one second, Hextia, and now you're going to use Meliseek effect to search. So this is a really easy opening board, really easy opening combo, and you're going to start off with a 3100 attack Hextia with a spell or trap negate plus Multi-Faker in hand. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's about higher than probably around 80% chance, even higher than that probably, I would say almost 100% chance you open at least one trap in this hand. That way you can trigger Multi-Faker during your opponent's turn, and then use his effect to go ahead and grab Silkadus, and you're set to go for the rest of this game. It's a really easy opening combo. You can't be Nibiru during this combo because only 4 summons, so avoid Nibiru, and it's very simple. Now I'm going to show you one more version of this combo. So let's say you kind of brick and you have just a bunch of Altergeist monsters. Really all you need are just these two, but let's say you also get Meliseek. Well, you're going to go about this the same way by summoning down Marionetteer, grabbing your Haunted Rock, activating Haunted Rock, but instead you're going to discard Meliseek this time. And then you're going to use Multi-Faker effect. Multi-Faker will go ahead and grab you, give me one second, we'll go ahead and grab you a Silkadus. Now you have a Silkadus on board as well. Then you're going to use Marionetteer to grab Haunted Rock and bring it back, Meliseek with it. Then you're going to link 2 into a Hextia, and you're going to use Meliseek effect engrave to go ahead and grab a Multi-Faker. So it ends you on a Silkadus as well, and this is probably the best case scenario for bricking in this deck. Now that's a really simple combo that I didn't talk about in my other videos. Go check out my other videos for more combos and more stuff kind of like that. Next, I want to get into interactions. So in this deck, knowing how to play really well technically, like technical gameplay, I'm not talking about a technical game, I'm talking about playing your deck in a technical manner, is very important. The reason it's so important is because you can't really misplay in this deck. Sure, you can maybe make one misplay per game or per duel, maybe even make a couple if your opponent doesn't catch them. But if you're going to misplay, that's probably the biggest downfall if you're going to play this deck. You have to be really good at knowing cards, interactions, and where to stop your opponent. If you don't know that, it's going to take a lot more to win, and at that point your opponent has a much better advantage. So the best way to learn this really quickly is by A, practicing against those matchups, B, playing online against those matchups or in tournament against those matchups, or C, watching deck profiles and pay attention to what people are saying are important. I also made a video where I broke down each matchup for Altergeist. It's in one of my videos from, I believe, now 2 weeks ago, but I broke down every single matchup for Altergeist you're going to deal with in the meta, how to side against them, and how to play against them. So that will break it down a lot faster than doing all that research. Go check out that video. But also, if you the next best thing to know about Altergeist is not just like matchups, but how your cards interact and what your cards do. So in that first combo, it was really simple interactions. You just know what those cards do now, and now you can do that combo. But all that you really need to know for Altergeist is the individual cards and individual plays you can do with cards. Now, really, I guess the best way to explain this is to know what your how each card interacts. So for example, Extravagance plus Duality, that's a really important interaction, or how to set Multi-Faker with a trap. And then also negating activations versus negating effects, all that type of stuff. And I also broke that down in another video that kind of goes over more of the technical side of playing this deck. And also, just kind of like give a little bit more insight into playing this deck. I think one of the most important things to know about this deck is that how to really play this deck. And how to play this deck is your first turn, you want to see only really one Altergeist monster. The best one to see is Multi-Faker, but you want to open up with a lot of traps. Traps are very important in this deck because it's how all the cards resolve. Also, just for a couple interactions with traps, I want to show you a simple combo with any Altergeist monsters plus personal spoofing. So like, let's say you open up these two cards plus just some random generic traps going first. Like, let's say this is your opening hand, okay? So you're going to set up, and you can either, or actually let me give a better example, because you could just summon Melee and get a search for Multi-Faker. Let's say you open up this hand. This is a much better example. You open up a bunch of silks, or one silk, and then a bunch of traps. So a really important interaction is to, of course, set everything, but then during your opponent's turn, you're going to activate personal spoofing. Then on activation, you're going to use its effect to shuffle back silk, and you're going to grab yourself a Multi-Faker. Since this card is still activating, and this guy activates on resolution, then after this resolves and this guy's in your hand, then on resolution you can summon down Multi-Faker and use this effect to summon Silkadus from your deck, the one that you just shuffled back. And now you have a bounce plus any other number of negates or interactions. Also for brick hands, if you want to play a brick hand in this deck, like let me give you a really good example. I brick on this all the time. This is like one of the most common brick hands I have. I open up Altergeist monsters that I just can't use. Like let's say I open up these, and then also open up Imperm and Manifestation, for example. So what do you do with a hand like this? How do you still win the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! With this? I've won with hands like these. I've beaten Salad, I've beaten like meta decks with these hands. Sure, it gives you a much lower probability of winning, but if you play it correctly, you can still win. So let's say you're going first, right? You're going to set these two, of course, and you're going to summon down Silk. Oh, but your opponent's going to be like, oh, well, he just has a dead Silk on board. Yes, you do. But the goal in opening up this board is for your opponent to destroy Silk. You don't want that Silk on your board anymore. Instead, you're going to have these in your back row face down, wait for them to go Silk, maybe have one negate with Imperm. Well, once that happens, you can then use Manifestation to win your opponent's turn once they start establishing their board after they get rid of Silk. Reborn Silk. And now you have Silk's effect. Why? Because you can bounce back Manifestation anytime you want. Silk will go back to Grave, Manifestation will go to Hand, and now you have an infinitely recurring Manifestation until you draw into the cards you need. And then even if your opponent tries to get rid of him, like let's say your opponent, like you need him on board to wait and for your opponent to get rid of something, you have a Conqueror. Or eventually you're going to draw into more traps that's just going to deal with your opponent's board. And this is a completely winnable game state. It's completely winnable. Don't doubt yourself. You can still win from this position. I also want to bring up a couple of things about Altergeist. A lot of decks have a really bad matchup against this deck, but people can still beat this deck very easily. So how do you have a good matchup, but you still lose? The thing is that I notice this all the time with people getting into Altergeist. I notice this all the time with people online playing Altergeist who, like, unless they're like at NAWCQ or YCS or some other like PPG, like in a large scale event. Let's say like for a locals event or for a online video showing 2 decks off. A lot of people make really basic mistakes by not either knowing their deck or not knowing the matchup. And the way to avoid these, like let's say you go into a round and you don't even know the matchup. Read every single card your opponent plays. Read their card, see what the card does, and then you'll know how to hit it. Like let's say you go up against, for example, Paleozoic. Well, the thing about Paleo is that it's not meta, it's not relevant, really as much as a lot of other decks. So how do you win with like Altergeist against that? The thing is that all the Paleozoics are unaffected by monster effects. So what do? You side out your hand traps. For the most part, you side out Veilers, you can even side out Imperms, and then you can put in cards that matter. You can side out Imperial Order because it's inherent in what the deck does and what type of cards they play for what you should play in response. You side out the cards that are going to do nothing, you side out the cards that are bad, and then you play around what your opponent has. You don't bait your opponent. You play around their cards. That way you still have a winning opportunity to get back into the game and still win the game. So this is just a really brief guide on Altergeist. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that was helpful to all of you. If you guys want me to go more in depth, I can definitely talk about on my Twitch streams or something like that. Once again, I'll leave those in the comments below. I will let you guys all know pretty much that information. And finally, like, comment, and subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. That's a huge milestone for this channel. So please leave like a subscription if you're not subscribed. I know that like a lot of people who are watching these videos, like something like 70 or 80% of people who are watching these videos, maybe even more now, aren't subscribed. So please leave a subscription. I'm not begging you, I'm just asking you because, you know, it helps out this channel, helps my ability to grow, and it'll also help you out. It's important for you to be subscribed to this channel because I bring in important information that will help you out, and I will continuously do videos, and I also take video recommendations. So if you want to see anything like this, please let me know. This video is actually a video well, not really a recommendation, but someone asking about stuff related to this. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.